Hello Capricorn, and welcome to Looking Glass Letterbox. I am Erica and this is your general reading for August 2019 for Capricorn Sun, Moon, and Rising. Again, it is a general reading, so it may not resonate for everyone, but I hope there's something here that you can take with you. I've got a new spread this month, a lot of information, a lot of cards. I've got some, some new oracle cards out on the table today, so I hope that you like those. I think they're beautiful and lovely, so I hope you enjoy those. We're moving out of Cancer season and into Leo season. So Cancer season was kind of heavy. A lot of cycles closing, a lot of withdrawal, a lot of internal work and transmutation, a lot of temperance happening, you know, the alchemy of transformation. And for me it was rather heavy, so if it was heavy for you too, I was there with you. But it's Leo season coming up and I am ready for it. Leo is bold and dynamic and energetic and exciting and resplendent, and I am ready for some of that. It's time to be heard and be seen and have a good time doing it. So let's see what Leo season has coming up for some of you Capricorns out there. Now, if nothing in this reading speaks to you, check your moon and rising signs. What may be active in my readings for you may be showing up there. All right. So, thank you for watching the video today. If it's your first visit, welcome. And if you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for your support and likes and shares and subscriptions over the past few months. I so appreciate it. I have so much fun making these videos and putting them out there for you all, so I'm glad that you're enjoying them. Okay, so moving out of influence at the end of July going into August is the Father of Swords. So it could be a air sign, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. It could be a person of very clear thinking and intellectual that has authority and influence over a situation, that kind of energy. So it could represent a person or an aspect of yourself. So you may have gained a lot of clarity and information going through July, that you're now making a decision on what you're going to do with those plans or that information. Active in Leo season in August is the Daughter of Swords. Okay, so again, it could be another air sign. It could be you or an aspect of yourself, but the Daughter of Swords is about messages. Father of Swords is authority and influence. Daughter of Swords is about messages and preparation, gathering information. And she's curious and energetic. So with all of this experience and information and understanding active with the Father of Swords, some burst of inspiration, some curiosity is going to be ignited that you're going to start, it's going to start shimmering, like see the little glowing dots around that pretty little owl there? You know, it's going to start glowing and shimmering and really calling your attention to it. Like, ooh, what's that? There's a message in that for you to engage with, to look into in August. And then going into Virgo season at the end of August is the Four of Pentacles. So this is earth energy. So real life, real time, real world stuff. These are thoughts and intellect and story and memory and intellectual conceptualizing. This is the result of bringing all of that into the real world. So fours are about stability. So you could have laid down the cornerstones that are going to be the foundation for this this delightful new idea that may be developing for you, or it's going to be, you're going to have to consider what to release, what risk to take to invest in this idea that's going to come forth. All right, to maintain stability. So what to hold on to and what to release in terms of resources, money, time and availability for other projects can you open up in order to invest in this delightful new idea that's percolating here in August. Okay, so you're going to be considering how to create a foundation for this as well. All right, so so making plans and seeing how you can make those plans, give them a nice stable start. Lovely. And this is a situation that some of you may be dealing with in August, and that is the Seven of Wands. So standing your ground, standing firm, defending your position from outside opposition. All right, so this is, sevens are related to the Chariot, so it's about drawing or aligning opposing forces in the direction you would like them to move in, and using the momentum built up behind that to carry you forward. You know, being in a commanding position. It's very active energy, as is the Seven of Wands. So this opposition from outside of yourself, you don't have to hold sway to that. You know you don't have to hold sway to that. You have the Father of Swords there. So I mean, you're pretty solid in your intention and your belief, you know, and your ability to follow through and carry these things out. But if you're receiving criticism from outside of yourself, or pushback or resistance from outside of yourself, that may surface in August for some of you. But just remember, you've earned the position you're standing in, so don't give up any ground. You know, don't give in to that resistance that's outside of yourself, from other people, or criticism, things like that. And this is the problem that's related to this Seven of Swords, and that is the Moon. Confusion. So it may be a Pisces. The Moon is the card of Pisces. The Moon sometimes represents Cancer as well. Cancer is ruled by the Moon, or Cancerians. So the mystery, the not knowing, and things being a little bit hidden, you know, hidden in mystery. So the pushback may be concerning the confusion on someone else's part. Let me clarify that. Confusion and mystery. Let's clarify the Moon. What is the confusion? That's the problem. The Hanged Man. Okay, so it may be related to someone doesn't understand the perspective that you're operating from. Perhaps you haven't whoever's pushing back at you, perhaps the way that you've communicated your intention, or maybe you haven't communicated to them and they're concerned about what it is that you're starting to become involved in and develop, because they can't see it from the perspective or from the vantage point that you do. Because here you have intellectual clarity. You know, the vision that you see is crystal clear, all right, and you know how to progress on that. But if another person or a group of people or someone involved or around you is confused by this and it makes them worried, then that may be why you're getting that initial pushback. So the action that you can take to help to resolve this is Ace of Pentacles. Okay, so request their investment. Communicate what it is that you're trying to do, you know, and your perspective on it, and your knowledge of it, and your excitement about whatever this information that's innovating or encouraging or igniting your participation in creating a foundation to bring it forward. Communicate that to them and ask, you know, see if they also want to be invested in the project as well, you know, or what can you offer them that can relieve some of this confusion so that it doesn't worry them so much. So if this is a person, it's someone who is important to you. It's not just some joker, you know, down the road that you don't know from Adam. This is someone who's who you are involved in, if this is representing a person, which it probably is. So there's just a person that's confused by the activities that you're engaging in and maybe giving you some resistance just out of uncertainty. Maybe it's making them feel a little bit insecure because they don't understand the direction that you're going in. And to reassure them, communicate with them what your perspective is, what your vision is, and request or offer them an opportunity to be invested in it as well, because this is, this coin is, it's offered in good faith for investment, for real world return, and it's a long-term energy because it is a pentacle, it's earth energy, so it's the beginning of a long game. All right, and then that may help to assuage some of that confusion that they have. And at the bottom of the clarifying deck, you have the Queen of Swords. So if this is your partner, the Queen of Swords to the King of Swords, once the confusion is lifted, the fog is lifted, and she understands your perspective, and you offer her the opportunity to be involved as well, or him the opportunity to be involved as well, they'll be right there with you, swinging their own sword in decisive action and in alignment with the direction that you're heading. So consider that as an option. All right, this is an option A. Option B, if you have a decision to make, or you're considering changing some things up for yourself, and you have a choice about how to do that, this may help you to decide that. All right, so option A is Seven of Swords. So Seven of Swords is picking up sticks and moving on. So protecting and taking with you what is valuable to you and what you need, and moving out of the fray to protect it from a disingenuous involvement, or for fear that someone is, or some situation is going to betray your involvement or your trust or your faith in it. So you can pick up what you need to take with you, what is valuable and needs protection, and take it elsewhere and move in another direction. Option B is Ten of Pentacles, so establishment. The Ten of Pentacles is the establishment of not just home, but home, family, self, and community, and it is a what's the word I'm looking for? It's a cyclical, reciprocating machine investment. So everyone is supporting everyone else. It's a unified effort for stability and continued success. Okay, so option A is picking up what's yours and moving on to what's next, and protecting it from someone who, or some situation that may want to take it from you, or involving yourself and ensuring the integrity of the system that you are involved in is sincere and is supported, and everyone's on the same page and in alignment, and staying put, but just ensuring that all of the connections are genuine and authentic and supporting each other. All right, and how to make that decision. Is the Eight of Swords. Okay, so this is inactivity. So consider, in order to decide whether to pick up and go or to stay and reinvest and look into the concerns that you have within the system that may be causing you that impulse to leave, consider what the results may be and how it would affect you and how you would feel if you do nothing. If you stand still and you don't look at what's happening around you, and you don't consider those concerns that you have, you just ignore them and pretend they're not there, that they're not your responsibility, you can't see them, and you just stay static. Consider how you will react if if you don't do anything, if you don't either look at the situations that concern you to reinforce the connections, or if you don't pick up your things, and go. So consider what the outcome will be with inactivity, and then consider how much you want to invest in either leaving and beginning somewhere new, or looking into what's already established and correcting those things that may be a little off key. All right. Okay, and at the bottom of that deck, you have the Six of Wands, so that's victory through action. Okay, so and reciprocation. So what you give is what you get. So that's beautiful. Okay, and this is your fortune cookie. This is your good luck charm, something to consider in August, and that is the bear energy. So earth energy again. This is about waking up and being called to action, called to re-engage with the world. Waking from spiritual slumber and beginning anew. So this is a yearning to grow. You're not withdrawing, you're not standing still, you're not tired or heavy. You're seeking activity and movement and engagement and involvement. And this curious little bird with this little message that she has that just sparked your imagination to life, and reactivated liveliness to the experience that you've already gained and the knowledge that you already have. That's what the bear energy is for. It's waking you up and calling you out to re-engage and be alive again. And that's completely appropriate for Leo season. Reigniting the fire. All right, and this is the Enchanted Map Oracle, and this is Protecting Treasure. Lovely. These are beautiful cards. Protecting Treasure. Okay, and this seems to call back to the Seven of Swords and Ten of Diamonds here. Okay, and also the clarity about what this confusion is, and the pushback that you're receiving here. Okay, so the Protecting Treasure card, you are always protected and divinely directed. So there is a risk or a disconnect or a concern at a fundamental level that may be preventing you from feeling like you can move forward safely and securely. So something that you've already invested in and already created, you may have a concern or a worry that it is at risk. So that's what this Seven of Swords here is about. So you want to check in with those relationships that you have that are supporting the structure that supports this, supports your investment, supports your ideas, supports all the work you've already done and the stability that you are going to achieve. And you want to make sure that your loyalty and integrity that you are offering and engaging in is returned. All right, so you want to check your connections for integrity. You want to check the people that are involved, the resources that are supporting it, the systems that are placed around it to keep it maintained, and then also to support it to move further forward. You want to just give everything a once over. So that's like the ten of coins. The Ten of Coins energy there. So check all of the connections within the system to make sure everyone is fulfilling and being reciprocating with their energy and their intention and their integrity. All right, so you want to find out if there is anyone or anything involved in the scenario that is taking advantage of the systems that are set up, or that are imbalanced, or that are disconnected, or that are not supporting the growth, but rather siphoning energy from the potential for themselves and not putting it back in. So if there's concerns that you have that the system is unstable in some area of connection, look into it, address it, acknowledge it, and that'll put you in a position to firm up the foundations and tighten the coils so that it's running smoothly with integrity again, and protecting all of that investment that you've already made and supporting this new growth here. Okay, so this is the universe has your back. I am a spirit having a human experience, and I'm here to get closer to love. So this is in line with the bear and this little daughter of swords. So this is about re-engaging, coming out of slumber, going from the perspective of the of achievement and attainment and a vast amount of knowledge back, you know, and re-engaging a little bit with that novice energy, that new idea, that new sparkle of thought and creation and potential and possibility. So maybe releasing a little bit of jaded perspective that comes with mastery of things, releasing a little bit of that and re-engaging a little bit more with the spirit of the novice to more fully engage with your experience and experience something new. When you reach a level of mastery, like with the father of swords, you know, surprises come at a premium. And I mean, I think Leo season surprises have come up a great deal in the readings this month. So I think being open and receptive to allowing the universe and what you think you know to be unexpected and surprising in the most delightful ways, I think is a major theme of Leo season based on the readings I've done so far. So, you know, consider leaving yourself open to being surprised. Okay, so this is notes from the universe on love and connection. You glow, we beam. Thanks. In case anyone should ask, your heart isn't so large because of your wings. It's your wings that are so large because of your heart. Sometimes loving so much can be pretty heavy. Thanks for all you've shared, the universe. P.S. Just another one of those nutty buddy algorithm things. Okay, so you glow, we beam. So what you put out is appreciated. You know, what radiates from you is received on the other sense with gratitude and joy and delight, and then is reflected back at you. All right, so it's time to re-engage with that and to look around and see that. Step out of this 8 of Swords where you're blindfolded and looking down at the ground and not looking around. Not only at those things that, you know, sort of concern you, but also the things that will delight you. So stepping out of this space of inactivity and waking up from that slumber and re-engaging with the world and waking up your spirit to be surprised. All of that is going to be reflected back at you once you do that and once you address those and communicate your presence and your involvement and your investment with the Ace of Pentacles. Beautiful, lovely, and glorious. That was amazing, Capricorn. I hope it looks like a lot of you are going to have a really interesting and enjoyable and you know, a little bit of a challenge in there to keep you busy, to, you know, get you fired up and engaged and plugged in again. If you've been feeling unplugged, if you've been feeling like you've been a little bit asleep or a little bit disinvolved or what's the word I'm looking for? Or unattached. Okay, I'm going to do one more card for you here. And this is just beautiful thoughts to take with you, to consider and think about and ponder on if you have the time or inclination. And you've gotten pop the cork and tip the glass and drink in the moment. That is Marie von Ebner-Eisenbach. Or Eschenbach, I think that is. Beautiful. Take a minute to celebrate in the moment and be present in the moment. You know, enjoy it. Take the time to do it. And revel in it. All right, lovely Capricorn. I hope you have a great August, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.